Okay, now we're going to go ahead and make our very first agent and let's get right into it. So we'll click create from blank. We'll then select agent and then we need to give our app a name. So we'll go ahead and select here. We'll say over here, company research. Okay, and then we'll click, oh, for some reason it thinks I have 5 applications. Sometimes that does happen. So just go ahead and click refresh. And then do it again, and then it should be fine. Perfect, and then click create. Okay, so now if you've already seen the previous videos, which I hope you have, you know that agents, one of the big things that they have is tools. And you can see here that agents look very similar to what we had created before, chatbots. In fact, you have instructions, variables, and knowledge, the same as what was there before. However, there is one key difference, and that difference is tools. We can now give our agent or application superpowers. These superpowers can be things like the ability to research Yahoo News for something, the ability to go to Wikipedia, the ability to take a file and convert it to PPTX, the ability to send an email, the ability to read an email, and so on and so forth. These tools or functions or superpowers, whatever you want to call them, basically take chatbots from a two-dimensional information back and forth type model to a chatbot that can actually take actions on your behalf, which really blows up what it can do, which is why it goes from a chatbot to an agent. The thing that makes an agent is the way it can interact with things outside of its chat interface. So it not just provides you messages, but it also does research. It goes to this app, then it goes to this app, then it goes to this app, and it does it autonomously, which means you haven't given it instructions on, okay, first you need to do this and then this. It happens by itself based on the tools it's been given. It's like a person. Okay, let's go through an example. So here we have our instructions. We're going to go over here and say you are an AI assistant that performs research using Wikipedia. Okay, fantastic. Now, what we want to do though is we want to give this agent the ability to use Wikipedia, because if we don't right now and we say something like, let's think about something recent that's happened. By the way, let's also change the model from 3.5 to 4.0 mini. But let's think about something that's happened recently. So right now, when I'm filming this, it's April 2025. So let's go ahead and say something like how. I'll say something like, when was the last time? Thailand had an earthquake, because they recently had an earthquake, but this model probably does not know that. Okay, there we go. So clearly, it only knows information up to October 2023. Not great. But now let's give it a tool. Let's give it a superpower. Let's give it the ability to search the web or search Wikipedia for things. Okay, so go down here, go to tools, and let's click add. Now, your list probably looks a bit smaller than mine, but these are the different types of tools that you can add to your agent. Again, yours looks smaller than mine because I've already added a few tools. So go ahead and click find more on Marketplace. Okay. And then type in research. And these are basically all the different tools that the marketplace or third-party partners or Defy has made for you to integrate into your agent. The one that we want to use is a tool called Wikipedia. Okay. So we can go ahead and click that. And then go ahead and click install. And now your plugin has been installed. So now if we go back here, go ahead and click publish just to save your updates and then click refresh. Okay. Now if you go back down to tool and click add, you will see Wikipedia here. If you don't, let me know, you should see it. And then click it. And we want to be able to give the agent the ability to perform a Wikipedia search. Okay. So we'll go ahead and click that. And that's it. Now, this agent knows that it has the ability to search Wikipedia, right? Which it didn't before. Okay, let me just make sure. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So now let's go ahead and type in the same question or a similar question. When was the last time Thailand, I cannot spell Thailand, had an earthquake? Okay, now it's using Wikipedia search. You can see that it's actually using Wikipedia search. And it says here, the last significant earthquake that affected Thailand occurred on March 28, 2025. Boom. And that's what makes this agent different than a chatbot. A chatbot, first of all, can't access outside tools. An agent can. And the outside tool that we've given it access to is the ability for itself to search Wikipedia. That's amazing. That's awesome. But you're saying, Henry, I could have done this with a workflow. I could have created a Power Automate workflow or any sort of workflow that first takes the user's query, finds a search term, then searches Wikipedia for that, reads the content, and then provides the answer. And yes, you could do that. But here's where agents really blow up. They are autonomous. Maybe that's not the right word here in this context because you might be in a different industry. But in this case, what that means is they choose. They are auto. They choose themselves when to call agents and how many times to call agents as well. So let me give you an example. I'm going to go ahead and click refresh, and I'll ask two questions this time. I'll say something like, when was the last time Thailand had an earthquake? So I'll ask that. And I'll also ask something completely unrelated. Who won the most medals in the 2024 Winter Olympics? Okay, so now these are two separate questions. And now what this is going to do is do two separate Wikipedia searches. So if you had a static deterministic workflow, it would only do one Wikipedia search. But since it's an agent, it knows that it needs to do two separate Wikipedia searches. Now, this might not seem that crazy, and I might seem crazy by talking so much about this, but this really extends what agents can do. They are now autonomous. They can determine when to call the tool, how many times to call the tool, and so on and so forth. So in this case, it answered both questions. Oh, but it wasn't able to find the 2024 Olympics. Oh, for some reason. Oh, because it was a Summer Olympics, not Winter Olympics. Whoops. I probably need to change that. Let me just do it again. It's Summer Olympics. Okay, perfect. Now, in this way, here we've just used one tool, but you can have an agent have 10, 20, 100 different tools, and it will know which tool to use based on the actual context. For example, here, let's click add. And instead of adding Wikipedia again, what we're going to do is we're going to add in the, let me see if I can find it. Okay, let's go and download it. The Yahoo Finance one. So click Yahoo Finance, click install on that. Go back here, publish it for good measure, refresh it. And then we'll click Yahoo Finance, right? So this has now the ability to get either analytics about a ticker or to do a ticker information from Yahoo Finance. Okay, so we'll click ticker here, and we'll say over here, you're an AI system that performs research using Wikipedia and Yahoo Finance. Okay, so now I'm going to say over here, what is Tesla's stock price? Okay. And there we go. It's using Yahoo Finance ticker. Amazing. It knows not to use Wikipedia, but to use Yahoo Finance ticker instead. Now, let me ask a related question. What is Tesla's stock price? What is Tesla's history? Okay. Now, in this case, it knows, for example, we'll just let it see. It knows to use a Wikipedia search, not Yahoo Finance. So it is autonomous. It is determining what to use based on its own knowledge, which is very cool. Perfect. Okay. Now, the last demo I do want to go through is it has the ability to use multiple tools, which we saw it use 2 Wikipedia searches, but it can use multiple different tools as well, which is very key. For example, I'm going to type in another query here. I'm going to say, what is or here. Instead, I'll say, create a company report on Tesla and its current share price. Now, it should theoretically use both, which it does. Amazing. There we go. So it used Wikipedia probably to get like the description, the key products, things like that. And then it used the Yahoo Finance ticker probably to get more information on its current share price, market cap, and so on and so forth. Okay. Now we've barely scratched the surface here, but really, I'm just always so amazed at the types of things we can create when we have agents because they are autonomous. You just pump them up with different tools and they kind of know what to select based on that. I will say a few things that we'll go over really quickly. Agent settings, you can determine the maximum number of iterations, which basically means the maximum number of times that the agent has to think about deploying different tools. So you can set that if you'd like as well. You can also get a sense of what the agent is thinking or doing behind the scenes. Very simple to do that. Just go over a chat report, click this button here, and then you get the full log detail. There's a whole separate component on logging and monitoring. But here you can see, if you click tracing, what it's doing in its brain. For example, here, it first determined that it needs to like find more information on the Yahoo Finance ticker. So then it found this. It basically searched Yahoo Finance ticker for TSLA and then got the following output from that API. Okay, amazing. It then did a Wikipedia search and it did a Wikipedia search for Tesla Inc. And then it found this page on Wikipedia that it extracted. And then it finally took everything together and put it all into one final answer. So you can see exactly what's happening in the background, how long it took, how many tokens it took, and so on and so forth. Okay, very exciting. Now, we're not done this module yet. We have 2 more things to go through, 2 more types of GenAI apps. But then when we go back, when we talk about components, we will spend the majority of our time in either the workflow mode or the agent mode, because that's what most people want to create with these applications and because it can provide the best bang for your buck as well.